Yeah, catch. Close the door! Good. Right, I'm sorry, but we're here, we're back, and we have got a midfielder, because yesterday, Sergio Oliveira got announced, got confirmed, signed his contract, underwent his medicals. He did everything in the space of 24 hours yesterday, and he is a new Roma player. You know, I think a massive factor of this was him wanting to leave Porto, wanting to approach Mourinho, and obviously a big factor of why this deal came to an end is Mourinho giving him a call. You know, we have seen in many occasions Mourinho giving calls to players, and this has happened with Ndombele. Now, obviously, will Ndombele become a Roma player? Who knows? It's a very hard deal, but Mourinho did give him a call. Mourinho called Sergio Oliveira as well, and you know, we're seeing the Mourinho effect taking place in a way, because Mourinho, you know, has been contacting many players, which, you know, as well as Thiago Pinto, it means that you're putting more pressure on them. So, you know, Mourinho definitely played a big part when it comes to Sergio Oliveira becoming a new Roma player, but he himself has always said that as soon as Roma approached him, he virtually had no choice. You know, he retains himself being extremely lucky to play for Roma, and he thinks that it's a massive, you know, jump, from Porto to AS Roma to play in a more, you know, competitive league. Even though Porto plays in the Champions League more than Roma, but Roma obviously does play in a more competitive league such as the Serie A. And you know, Sergio Oliveira retains that this can be, you know, a massive boost in his career. You know, Oliveira, has been announced he will most likely, in fact, he will start on Sunday against Cagliari. It's a good match to, you know, make him adapt to the team, make him adapt to the Serie A. You know, I don't think we'll struggle to see Sergio Oliveira starting on Sunday. You know, we've seen Maitland-Niles starting after 2 days of his arrival. So Sergio Oliveira will definitely, without a doubt, start on Sunday in a match which, you know, is extremely hard, because they are a team which are fighting for relegation, and, you know, grabbing 1 point at the Olimpico for Roma would be equivalent to a win. So they'll park the bus, and I can see a match against Sampdoria being repeated again. So, you know, having someone who's got the experience, we'll talk about his stats in a sec, might mean that the infiltration in the defensive section of Cagliari might be on a higher level. But ladies and gentlemen, like this live stream, let's try and get 20 likes by the end of the live stream. So yeah, get it done if you just joined, if you haven't liked. And, you know, over the course of this live stream, we'll go over the Sergio Day, what happened yesterday, what happened today, and then we'll just talk about his stats and how can improve, you know, the situation at Roma in general. So the first thing I want to say is that this guy is an absolute legend, because he got interviewed yesterday in his, like, you know, what do you call it? Arrival interview, in his presentation interview. And someone asked him, do you know the lyrics of the Roma anthem? And this is what he said.
Hai sentito anche già l'inno della Roma?
Se già ascoltaste o himno da Roma.
Roma, Roma, Roma. You know, he's got the mood. He's got the Roma mood in him as well. You know, he wants to be here. He's happy to be here. So obviously it will be a boost. You know, it's obviously always better to have a player whose desire is to fight for the team, whose desire is to win for the team, than someone who only cares about money, who doesn't give an absolute crap about the team in general. So, you know, having someone who's got Roma in his mind already in the first interviews as well, you know, is something good, and it can bring good momentum to the team as well. Obviously, as I said before, he arrived in Rome 2 days ago. And basically he arrived in the morning, and he basically, you know, he had his medicals done 2 days ago. And basically what happened Actually, no, I'm saying absolute bullshit. He arrived in Rome yesterday. He underwent his medicals yesterday, and yesterday morning, so yesterday afternoon, he signed his contract, did all the Photoshop stuff, had his first interview. Tomorrow it's his press conference presentation. Today at 2:30 Italian time, it was Maitland-Niles one, so if you want to watch it, he does speak in English, so even if you're a non-Italian speaker, you could go on AS Roma's channel and have a look at that. And tomorrow it's Sergio Oliveira's turn. This means that he has, he arrived yesterday, so today he had a few hours of training. I don't expect much of him today, but starting from tomorrow, he has he had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to get to know the players, to get to know the team, and to adapt well, because on Sunday, as I repeat, we have a very important match. Now on Sunday it doesn't look like a very important match, and it's one of those matches which this club can easily, without a doubt, it's an easy match which Roma can underestimate. And that is exactly where things could go wrong, because Cagliari are gonna park the bus, and Mourinho should know this. The players should know this. Obviously, if you don't focus on the attack, if you don't focus on the infiltration, how do you infiltrate the defense which parks the bus, then you won't get points from Cagliari. And getting points, now that you lost against Juventus, you got against Milan, you cannot lose points against small clubs, because otherwise you're not even getting the Conference League this season. So it's a match which doesn't look that important, doesn't look that that amazing, but it's a very important match for every single component of this club. So before talking about his stats and transfer market news once again, let me give you a small preview of the Sergio Oliveira day and what happened yesterday. Right, so Sergio Oliveira. Let's talk about his stats, because let's talk about his adventure at Porto, I should say. Now, he is extremely loyal to Porto. He's extremely loyal to Conceição, Porto's manager. Basically, I want to focus on this year and last year and 2 years ago. What I want to focus is exactly that. Last year and this year, this half year, because now he's joined Roma. Because I think, Conceição has given us two very, very, very good, interpretations of Sergio Oliveira. Because, obviously he's been at Porto for longer, but I want you guys to focus with me on this season, which, as I said before, half a season, because now he joined Roma. And last season, the season, he threw Juventus out of the Champions League, and he will forever be loved for that. But the seasons, these two seasons are completely two different seasons for Sergio Oliveira, because I think as well the manager was a big part of this. In this first half of the season, Sergio Oliveira was not a big part for Porto anymore. Conceição did keeping, but many times, he decided to start him on the bench. And this is why I think a good factor of the desire of Sergio Oliveira moving to Rome is exactly this. He wasn't having the minutes he wanted at Porto. And Conceição was against Sergio Oliveira's, loan to AS Roma, because he retains Sergio Oliveira an extremely important player. So this season, Oliveira has had ups and downs. The only match which I remember Oliveira played this season, obviously I don't follow the Portuguese league. I don't think you guys follow it as well unless you're Portuguese, unless you're a Porto fan. But the only match I saw of Porto and Sergio Oliveira was playing was the match against Atletico Madrid, which they lost, and now they're in a Europa League. They lost that match. Sergio Oliveira scored a penalty. Penalty kicks are something extremely important because I have the impression Roma doesn't score a penalty kick since 20 years. So having someone who is sure, who absolutely slams the ball into the goal when it comes to penalties is a good thing. So this season we had a Sergio Oliveira, who wasn't the main focus of Porto's manager. Porto's manager was, okay, I've got Sergio Oliveira, but he's not my primary option. Last season, we have had a completely different Sergio Oliveira. Last season, the season he sent Juventus, he knocked Juventus out of the Champions League. He knocked his teammate, his Portuguese teammate, which now plays for Manchester United, out of the Champions League. That season for Sergio Oliveira was his prime. Obviously, he's 29 now. He was 27 back then. Things, 27, 28, in my opinion, has been his prime. And that is why the Portuguese national team has called him many occasions. Now, what I think, in that season, he had 20 goals. Now, this guy is an offensive midfielder, but is also a defensive midfielder. And having a defensive midfielder who scores 20 goals, who scored 20 goals in one season, is a massive hit. Yes, I know it's the Portuguese league. Yes, I know it's a farmers league. But, 20 goals for a defensive midfielder is not something for granted. So, it's definitely a good stat. He's someone who has many contributions, assists. He's very physical. In fact, in the interview which he had at Roma yesterday, his presentation interview, his first interview at Roma, he described himself as a very physical midfielder. And this means that he will be played next to Veretout or Cristante. Now, Mourinho has got a very, very, very powerful choice here. Would he drop Cristante or would Mourinho drop Veretout? This is a question for you guys. Comment in the live chat who should Mourinho drop and who you think Mourinho will drop. Veretout or Cristante. Because lately, both of them have been appalling. And if Sergio Oliveira turns up to matches, then he will definitely take a position. So, we've had him 2 completely different seasons. The season Porto was living that absolute, amazing, absolutely amazing moment in the Champions League. That was his prime. And then this season, where many occasions he was sitting on the bench. I think he can bring a lot of aggression inside the defensive midfielder area. I think he can bring many contributions to the attacking midfielder area. And combined, the product is a very, 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 great player, which can improve your depth. Because if Sergio Oliveira starts, then it means that either Veretout or Cristante is sitting on the bench. And that means that you've slightly improved your squad depth. It could be better, but at least your second option, if he gets injured, is Veretout and not a 19-year-old coming from the academy team. So it's good because the squad depth is improving as well. Now, basically, this is all about Sergio Oliveira. It's been his day. He signed for Roma, training with his teams, and he'll be starting on Sunday against Cagliari. So altogether, we will have to pay attention to him because he will definitely have a great. Hopefully, he'll have a great debut. Now, last 5 minutes of this live stream, I want to talk about the transfer market because many of you guys have been asking about the transfer market. There have been some rumors, but at the end of the day, these rumors are always the same. what is happening right now from Portugal. Portuguese newspapers say that Roma is one step away from signing another player from Porto. A young player from Porto. His name is Esteves. In Portugal, they say that Roma is extremely close to buying him. Obviously, he would be someone which Roma would then try and loan out, grow. You know, what Chelsea's doing with Malang Sarr, for example. But when it comes to the other midfielder positions, a name which has been kind of dropped, has been kind of forgotten, but in these last couple of hours has taken its position once again is Kamara from Marseille. I think in the midfielder area, it's a big fight between Kamara and Ndombele, and these two are the good names up to now. But obviously, there's a big difference. Ndombele would cost more, and it would be way more harder to convince. Kamara is younger. I don't know, but in these last couple of hours, rumor has it that Ndombele and Kamara, you know what people think is that Thiago Pinto's not done with his transfer market, and that's what I want to put out. I don't have right now, after buying Maitland-Niles and after buying Sergio Oliveira, Thiago Pinto will not immediately buy a third player. I do think if we buy a third player, it will take time. It will possibly take 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. I find it extremely hard for Thiago Pinto that having bought Maitland-Niles like 5 days ago, Sergio Oliveira two days ago basically, and another player. I think Thiago Pinto needs time as well. And he's having reflection times with Mourinho, he's having discussions with Mourinho, and Mourinho wants more players as possible. We know that. We know that Mourinho needs to improve the squad depth, and by improving the squad depth, he needs the players. And up to now in the midfielder section, the two names are Ndombele and what's his name? As I said before, Kamara. And then in the defensive section, something will only happen if someone leaves. Now, Villar and Borja Mayoral are officially Getafe players. Villar on a loan, Borja Mayoral I really think that Borja Mayoral will never come back to Roma again because of him being a Real Madrid player. Villar's on loan and he will easily come back. Maybe after he has this experience in Spain, Mourinho might want him, but Borja Mayoral find it extremely hard for Real Madrid to loan him back to Roma once again. And I do think selling Borja Mayoral away has been quite a bad thing, because I always say it, if Tammy gets injured, we're absolutely fucked. We are absolutely fucked. But in the defensive section, there have been rumors of Smalling, Newcastle wanting Smalling, but Smalling doesn't want to leave Roma and is not keen on moving to Newcastle. But in the defensive section, things will only happen if someone goes away, and there have been rumors of Kumbula leaving, but I don't think Mourinho will let him go. Calafiori underwent his medics to become a new Genoa player on loan. But if Kumbula was to leave, then the three players in the defensive section, actually two players in the defensive section which would cover him, are Malang Sarr and Senesi from Feyenoord, which I've never heard of. Ladies and gentlemen, Transfer Market live stream, all about Sergio Oliveira, all about some transfer market news. If you're new here, please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. What does it do? It takes 2 seconds. So many of you guys, a high percentage of you guys that watches these videos, watches these live streams, is present in these live streams, maybe is not subscribed yet. And it's just a waste of time, because instead of searching the Simon Show every time, you subscribe, and it's way quicker and it supports me a lot. So please subscribe if you're new, like this live stream as soon as it becomes a video, and comment in the comments what you think about Sergio Oliveira, if he will improve, if he will not improve the team. Let me quickly read the poll which I put. I gotta use my computer. And then I'll read a few comments and then I'll end this stream. Right. Let me get the poll. Let's see what's happening. Right. 96% say yes and 4% says no. Right. So, let me read a few comments and then I'll end the stream. I think Roma needs to be like Abramovich to give Jose the players he wants, so that Roma can be a successful club, because Tottenham is example, Man U's example. Don't wait, Jose's gone before they buy. The problem is there's a big difference between Abramovich and the Fredkins. something to do with money, but I understand what you mean, mate. But Chelsea and Roma are two completely different clubs. Is there any news about centre back? Answer that, we're not making the Conference League, guys. Manage your expectations. January window is very difficult to do business. Niles and Oliveira are great reinforcements. Conference League, Roma can win it for sure if they fight for it. Sell Smalling and buy Feyenoord centre back Senesi, and let Kumbula go out. And yeah, Bremer was the other one. Oliveira, Mickey and Pellegrini can boss the midfielder, says Shorthead Cut blog. I get my bone notification for you. Appreciate it, mate. Thanks for the support. And last question, how many players have we signed in this January so far? Maitland-Niles and Sergio Oliveira. So that's 2. That is 2. Lads, I'll catch you tomorrow for tomorrow's Friday. So it's the preview for Kyrie. So stay tuned for that. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Subscribe if you're new. And follow me over here on Instagram at _The Simon Show. And on TikTok as well. But I'm not that active on TikTok. So yeah, I'll catch you soon. Simon out.